Meanwhile, this is an adult bull shark. Fast, fierce, and armed quite literally to the teeth, she has little to fear here in the Gulf. The muscular marvel confidently moves through its watery world. The Predator's 350 fearsome teeth are put on full display. Exhibiting behavior more common to a thresher shark, this bull makes creative use of her powerful tail. The bull's speed is astounding for a large marine predator. A breaching shark is a rare and calorie-intensive spectacle. While it is well known that sharks feed on mollusks, fish, and seals, less discussed is their propensity to feed on food. Another human is reduced to the faceless many who live, die, and leave no record on this earth.
That shark is too wet on their nose. Go get him, Chad. How you doing there, shark? Hey, she putting up a fight for sure. I ain't playing no more. I catch me this shark myself.
Ho ho! Look at them teeth! Oh, she gonna make quite a mantelpiece. Got us some dinner coming, boys.
Let's get her up on deck, huh?
A famous big game hunter once posited that after an animal had tasted human flesh, it forsakes its natural prey in a deadly single-minded search for the most dangerous game. The grotto provides a brief respite from the Sturm und Drang of the Gulf. According to the county administrator, Chuck Hucklebridge, the lack of effectiveness of piecemeal technocratic solutions here can only be solved with more piecemeal technocratic solutions. Remember, when planning a cemetery, try to avoid high-risk coastal areas. In the kill or be killed world of the sea, performance-enhancing mutagens provide benefits that could mean the difference between life and death. I have one of those new pop-up tub stoppers at home, and let me tell you, those things are just a magnet for air and debris. Goaded by lusty appetites, the shark's sole aim is to eat and evolve. Is a freshwater fish commonly found throughout the Great Lakes region, so I have no idea what it's doing here. This mineral supplement wouldn't be necessary if this shark ate a more nutritious, well-balanced diet. Sharks' propensity to clear the ocean of its assorted detritus is one of their most valuable functions. A clock would hardly be the strangest thing ever retrieved from a crocodile's mouth. A driving force for the bull shark. Remember, if you find yourself hard aground, the best thing to do is stay with your canoe and die the death of an honorable seaman. Sometimes even sharks just need to dirty bulk. I used to buy Sunshine sunscreen until I read it contains 7 hormone-disrupting chemicals and palm oil. The shark uses lipids from high-fat fare like this to help fuel her reign of terror. It's essential that the shark, while adorable, these soft-stuff mascots don't provide much in the way of nutritional value. This shark is a sort of super scavenger, completely lacking in what may be called dietary discrimination. Random mutations aren't random. They require large amounts of mutants as a catalyst. In spite of their reputations as wrestlers, alligators haven't mastered the nuances of scientific holds like the figure 4. The Fawtick Bayou area has lost 63 acres of marshland due to saltwater intrusion. Of Fawtick's keystone predators has led to a superabundance of catfish, which is just fine by local bully Rosie the alligator. If a group of consenting adults wants to perform cryptic rites to shadow forth the prophecy of the great old ones, who am I to judge? The shark is visibly struggling outside of her natural environment. Caviar Key features painted sails, a luxury 5-star resort built over the remains of Tunamacha, a pre-Columbian city that was once host to the most advanced civilization in ancient America. After losing to King Crush in the 2011 Monster Mania semifinals, Big Finn stepped away from the limelight for a simpler, more natural way of life. Once more, the shark turns back to this place of centered calm. The solitary hunter stumbles upon another source of nourishment. The rapacious rover is always swimming, searching for anything to satisfy the gluttony that is their defining trait. Quite a strange conglomeration of stuff that end up in the stomachs of sharks. Prosperity Sands features glittering white beaches. Port Clovis considered removing these naval mines after the war, but the city had already spent its annual budget booking a Nickelback cover band for the 4th of July. Every summer, Port Clovis plays host to the Megasonic Electro Carnival, giving a real boost to the local MDMA industry. Bull sharks have a habit of gobbling up anything that finds its way into the water. Pulling off a successful casino heist is made even harder when you drive off the road into the ocean and drown. After the end of the tiki craze, bar owners toss their Polynesian-inspired decor into the Gulf, where their kitchen charm is completely lost on native marine life. Golden Shores was built as vacation residences for wealthy out-of-towners, with spectacular ocean views. Upon using this medication, if you experience priapism, do not attempt to improvise your own surgical shock. This shark understands that she needs to eat essential minerals to stay healthy and grow. returns to the grotto to focus on personal transformation. In a not-so-distant future, a young visionary entrepreneur will spot these 3 shells while snorkeling and revolutionize after-toilet care. While they appreciate human sacrifices, the eldritch gods of yore are seldom enthused about being summoned to Port Clovis. A shark's gills are not designed to function out of water. This trimaran, like many before it, was lost in its journey to the mythological dry land. When it was discovered that their Stonehenge replica was astronomically misaligned, enraged Port Clovians threw it in the ocean. There is a very real risk of drowning while surfing, but at least you'll leave behind. Lacking sufficient sand or protected dunes, heavily developed areas risk great danger from hurricanes and tropical storms. Blah, 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 late-stage capitalism. The water along Caviar Key is frequently described as gin clear. Which reminds me, I could go for another Singapore sling. As a result of industrial pollution and sewage wastewater, Dead Horse Lake was designated a Superfund site in 1996. As with many social movements, the annual Driftwood Man Festival purports to foster progressive change, but it's really just an excuse for hippies to flout public nudity rules. The spring of '73 was a magical time in Port Clovis, when local favorite Trash Talk placed 20th in the Derby, and the city placed first in the country for petty theft. Bull shark demonstrates the importance of getting enough minerals in her diet. While most know him as the friendly face of Captain Winky's Fish and Chips, in real life, the pirate was a genocidal monster who murdered and enslaved thousands. Until local police departments settle a dispute over jurisdiction, these two remain a popular attraction for selfie-seeking snorkelers. The grotto provides a brief respite from the Sturm und Drang of the Gulf. The artist spent 16 years building this sculpture out of trash pulled from the lake, only to have it thrown back in the lake by intoxicated locals. Protein caches like this one are a convenient and tasty way for sharks to increase their protein intake. The appetite of this shark is nearly insatiable. This instantized protein makes a great between-meal supplement, giving the shark the energy she needs to put on serious battles. Several grouper have made a home near the retired nuclear cooling towers. This is a great opportunity for the shark to test the theory that exposure to gamma rays gives you superpowers. We appreciate the grant from Sunshine Solutions that made this show possible. We'd also like to remind viewers that mass clothing and gene editing for today's military is safer than ever. Environmental degradation is a novel driver for conflicts of all varieties. A bull shark is an animal of broad dietary proclivities. Shark versus dolphin. Orca versus giant squid. Boat versus pylon. When establishing dominance, the contest is usually a deadly one, with survival as the prize. The threats to our ocean seem overwhelming, but by working together now, we can ensure that future generations always have a place to dump their old tires. Shark hunt begins.
Kind of regular there for Lingo tourists. People say it's a tourist trap. But it's the only place to get a decent Sazerac that don't have me on their do not serve list.
The scourge of the swampland, Bayou Willie.
Shark!
The situation has escalated, and the price on the shark's head has risen. contact too often provokes Port Clovis locals into killing every swimming creature along the coast. The spectacle of a rampaging shark never fails to attract interest. The bartender life ender, Bobby Bojangles.
Dorsal!
Things are getting heated in this war of attrition between man and nature. Retaliated with deterrent action. But mankind is ultimately impotent to stop Mother Nature's demands. I would like to assure the Antolini crime family that this footage will in no way be used in the final edit of our program.
I wouldn't know him from Adam. If he kill another fisherman, that's between them and him, yeah?
An insatiable fish, the bull shark is 9/10 appetite. Handyman special overlooking breathtaking panoramic lake views. Open living with vintage appeal. Call Deborah. The shark is never one to pass up a fat fiesta. While it can be fun to explore the land, it's always best.
Say what you want. Them hobos, good workers. Unlike my so-called son, Kyle. That's why I tell him to stay on the lookout for that shark.
Ankle bracelet alarms fills the air as shark hunters leave their homes to trap our bullshit. The savage shrimper, Pookie Paw. Despite Port Clovis's best efforts, the aquatic beast refused. Since the mid-20th century, an increasing number of oceanographers have warned about uncontrolled development of the sea. The needle-toothed nightmare, the barracuda. Barracuda, while most recognize it as the title of a classic Horse Lake plays host to the city's working poor, who come despite its frequent water quality alerts. So begins another reckless campaign of extermination.
I'm not an ornithologist, but I think it's probably a bad idea to get in the middle of flamingos' natural migration cycles. Just saying.
A bounty has been placed on the fugitive shark. The fishing phenom, Candyman Curtis.
Shark has breached.
Only time will tell whether government actions can diminish Port Clovis's reputation as a shark attack hotspot. The shark hunting sector has experienced significant growth, leaving a lot of local openings for amusement ride operators. Bitter feuds and quasi-legal get-rich-quick schemes set aside for now, the sharkers get to work.
Seeing this? For shark coasting.
hotshot, Ensign Tyler Dixon.
Hey, gotta be up.
The shark proves as slippery as it is deadly. The Marine Predator displays caution as the situation further escalates. The predatory scavenger is often quite content to dine on whatever wastes fall to the ocean floor. Scuba barracuda frequents the waters around Trash Island, where they enjoy a steady diet of hypodermic needles and used pregnancy tests. Dead Horse Lake serves as a salient metaphor for human fallibility in the face of avoidable catastrophe. Back on board the Cajun. Just like Kyle LeBlanc, our young bull is the inheritor of a long family tradition, struggling to find her place in the world. Once again, to her safe haven. No one can tell what may be found in a shark's stomach. It's truly the ocean's garbage can. Not really a gourmand, the bull shark will eat just about anything. The Bayou Brawler, the American alligator. Stunt show, but our shark is far too young to appreciate Rosie's classic brand of celebrity. This protein supplement has 0 additives, so the shark doesn't have to worry about hidden artificial colors or flavors. From the moment she's born, the shark's cold, expressionless eyes are constantly on the watch for food. The sea wolf remains acutely aware of anything that might constitute food. Delved into the stomach contents of a shark is acutely aware that they'll eat just about anything. Over the course of a bull shark's life, it will ingest quite a broad assortment of flotsam and jetsam. The shark discover the miracle of self-love. USGA Rule 4.1A2 might have saved these damaged clubs from abandonment. The bull shark is known to be a voracious, if hardly discriminating, eater. Nothing gets a kingfish in the mood quite like watching a 73-year-old hit a double bogey. The fact that they've turned the waters off Baton Tordu into a spawning ground attests to their love of seniors golf. Golf ball diving is an exciting and growing field where you can risk alligators and venomous snakes for 7 to 10 cents per ball. Mutagen 23 is certainly heating up the evolutionary arms race. Some sharks are scavengers, indiscriminately consuming anything that's vaguely edible. The bull shark is able to attain larger maximal sizes through selective feeding. Supercharged with gene-altering mutagens, the shark now has an asymmetric edge on the competition. In the kill or be killed world of the sea, performance-enhancing mutagens provide benefits that could mean the difference between life and death. Somebody's drinking team has a drowning problem. The sound of shotguns and molly hatchet disturbs the serenity of an otherwise calm sea.
Shark fin traders come every year to Baton Tordu. Because what other way is there to celebrate killing beautiful animals for tasteless, nutritionless body parts than a $450 round of golf?
Back when I was a boy, I thought I'd be a gopher. Then fighting like sinking sharks, a lot more better than sinking butts.
He's looking right at me.
The Golden Shores import this mako from Sri Lanka and train it to guard their community? Not likely, but let's pretend they did, as it makes for a more interesting story. Consistently the most difficult hole on the course, many golfers struggle with this par 7 humdinger. Sharks' propensity to clear the ocean of its assorted detritus is one of their most valuable functions. the shark's just here to add to her sea glass collection. Being natural cowards, shark hunters will often call for backup upon spotting their prey.
These people parties always end in a fight over whether a poodle wheaten terrier mix should be called a woodle or a weedle.
Hunger is a driving force for the bull shark. Sometimes even sharks just need to dirty ball. Destruction of natural coastal habitats is sometimes necessary to build vacation homes for private equity fund partners. The shark uses lipids from high-fat fare like this to help fuel her reign of terror. The Sultan of Speed, the Mako. And aggressive, the Mako is known as the peregrine falcon of sharks. But as the peregrine is a Baton Tordu was built just in time for the slow decline of golf as a popular sport. On the line, the shark hunters get serious about finding our bull shark before kickoff.
Hunters, lock and load. Good old-fashioned rally.
This shark is a sort of super scout, completely lacking in what may be called dietary discrimination.
See, the Gulf Coast stopped growing cotton and rice and started growing luxury vacation homes.
Hey, hold that. Suck it in one shot, Dr. 93. And if Cliff Giddings tell you I didn't, he'll lie.
Random mutations aren't random. They require large amounts of mutagens as a catalyst. are part of a complete balanced breakfast for anyone aspiring to one day suffer from fatty liver disease. Scavengers of the sea are vital in cleaning the ocean floors of edible and semi-edible detritus. The solitary hunter stumbles upon another source of nourishment. Pride in boat ownership manifests itself in a variety of ways here in Port Clovis. While homeless and itinerant, hobos will work for a living. They are not to be confused with bums, who are sedentary and refuse to work. Like my son Jeff. There's no such thing as a recession-proof business, except for the frozen banana stand. Whether boom or bust, the demand for reliable, quality frozen bananas remains a constant. The rapacious rover is always swimming, searching for anything to satisfy the gluttony that is their defining trait. Quite a strange conglomeration of stuff will end up in the stomachs of sharks. Bull sharks have a habit of gobbling up anything that finds its way into the water. Even for sharks, it's important to create personal time for sober self-reflection. As is well known, volleyballs make way better friends than soccer balls, who will stab you in the back the first chance they get. This shark understands that she needs to eat essential minerals to stay healthy and grow. The bull shark demonstrates the importance of getting enough minerals in her diet. Protein caches like this one are a convenient and tasty way for sharks to increase their protein intake. Founder of America's largest shark finning enterprise, Mama Maybelle Bryant has collected quite a fleet of recreational boats. Her fail sons, Randall and Tyson, can often be spotted piloting them around Sapphire Bay. The profusion of parrotfish here have kept Sapphire Bay's local hammerhead healthy and strange-looking. The appetite of this shark is nearly insane. Sapphire Bay's famous Pier 1 provides visitors with plenty of skee ball, popcorn shrimp, and elegantly airbrushed t-shirts. Long a haven for small government ideologues, Port Clovis prides itself in its lax amusement park safety standards. This instantized protein makes a great between meal supplement, giving the shark the energy she needs to put on serious pounds. The shark hunters have arrived. Soon we will see them in action, and quite possibly discover which one of them stole my car's dinner.
Let's take Kyle to the carnival, and it wasn't nothing but an idiot boy. The fact that he was afraid of that Ferris wheel should have told me he wasn't never gonna beat no shark.
Traveling around, we are constantly reminded of how man's intrusion has disrupted the fragile equilibrium of the marine world. The Predator displays a sinuous elegance of movement. Bull shark is an animal of broad dietary proclivities. Believe it or not, people paid over $12,000 to sleep in these tents and listen to Swedish DJs for an entire weekend.
Got another shark.
The beast struggles mightily, gasping for oxygen. An insatiable fish, the bull shark is 9/10 appetite. A shark is never one to pass up a fat fiesta. Like most American cities, the founders of Port Clovis were Freemasons. Probably Illuminati, who congregated in secret UFO bases to perform Luciferian blood rituals. Unaccountable attacks such as these often leave people unsettled and anxious.
Be my favorite lighthouse. Had a keeper named Emil. Always had the best raw liquor. Now they got it automated. I tell you, that computer's a lot less fun to drink with.
had done their 6th grade reading assignment, perhaps this tragedy could have been avoided.
Only known habitat of the spectral seaside sparrow. But, you know,
Evolutionary anomaly,
2007.
the hammerhead.
Anywhere. Looking right at me. Anybody else see that?
The predatory scavenger is often quite content to dine on whatever wastes fall to the ocean floor. Port Clovis has grown bored of the hunt, leaving our shark to fight another day. Overcoming her opponent's clearly superior depth perception.
That's the one what took my hand, all right. Get yourself ready, boy. Now we playing with power. This girl's a crafty monster. C'est ça, couillon. Gonna make a coupillon out of you. I've been waiting for you, Shaw. Need reinforcements. Don't try gas now. This girl's a crafty monster. Cut. She's busting enough to catch your attention, Annie?
Scaly Pete remains. The ancient Greeks believed that King Poseidon ruled the waters, whereas here the shark is now an elder, and thus begins a new battle against systemic age discrimination. No one can tell what may be found in a shark's stomach. It's truly the ocean's garbage. not really a gourmand, the bull shark will eat just about anything. This protein supplement has 0 additives, so the shark doesn't have to worry about hitting artificial colors or flavors. Even the self-driving technology of Gazorpazorp is not without its reliability concerns. Local resorts have responded to sea level rise by importing 285,000 tons of sand and counting. The sea wolf remains acutely aware of anything that might constitute food. Fostering a balanced ecosystem is a complex and multifaceted process. What harm could arise from killing a bunch of seals? It takes 3 hours of training and $8 to become a licensed shark hunter. No wonder even bother with this formality.
$629 days, Prosperity Sands ain't had no shark attacks. You can thank old Pete for that. Prosperity Sands sure ain't.
Over the course of a bull shark's life, it will ingest quite a broad assortment of flotsam and jetsam. The bull shark is known to be a voracious, if hardly discriminating, eater. Mutagen 23 is certainly heating up the evolutionary arms race. It seems Port Clovis has forgotten all about its rogue shark, for now. $500 million years of terrestrial evolution reaches its apex with Prosperity Sands' spacious flow-through floorplanes. Operated by Roger Cantrell, recently broke the state record for number of revocable commercial fishing offenses. The bull shark is able to attain larger maximal sizes through selective feeding. Supercharged with gene-altering mutagens, the shark now has an asymmetric edge on the competition.
a fatal door on the beach at night, you just asking to get bit.
In the kill or be killed world of the sea, performance-enhancing mutagens provide benefits that could mean the difference between life and death. Goaded by lusty appetites, the shark's sole aim is to eat and evolve. Blanchard County's 78-mile coastline, there are 35 miles of sandy beach, 6 of which are owned by resorts, individuals, or homeowners associations. Another shark hunt draws to a close. When visiting the beach, it's important that each of us assumes responsibility for our own safety. Lacking natural intestinal support out of water.
My ex's folk out there voted painted sails. You know, so do a lot of other New York couillons.
Let's see that face. Yeah, agrees with me, Nate.
Emperor of the Deep, the Great White.
She gotta be somewhere out here.
Great White is often referred to as the king of the ocean, which gives it a skewed understanding of the role of a monarch in modern society. Shark hunters have close friends or family members who have been eaten or half-eaten by sharks.
No!
I like this beach here, me. Got a lot of nice-looking, wealthy women. Yeah, there's a court order says I can't be within 200 feet of the beach. But you can see a lot with a good set of binoculars.
This mineral supplement wouldn't be necessary if this shark ate a more nutritious, well-balanced diet.
Suffocating out today.
Many consider the Gulf Stream to be the world's greatest current, but for my money, you can't beat that Kurashiki. The shark returns once again to her safe haven. RTA provides a scenic setting for humanity's destructive impact on the natural world. Fish fingers, Casanita just wants her favorite comfort food, raw shark liver. Port Clovis City Council never misses an opportunity for cross-franchising. capacity to clear the ocean of its assorted detritus is one of their most valuable functions. Our shark hunters will not give up on finding their prey, at least until things quiet down or they run out of hard limit.
I catch 3 of them killer whales, they got their fish fingers. I could say I got a real keen eye for talent. Although, the whales really gotta work on those side areas.
Sometimes one can but only laugh at man's helplessness in the face of nature's vengeance. With an angry bull shark loose, local hunters are forced to post bail and shrug off last night's hangover so they can take to the water. Deaths like these shatter humans' atavistic notions of their place in the food chain. The corn-fed colossus, Butcher Boy Brady.
Shark fin!
This latest cycle of attacks will certainly be among the most infamous chapters in the long, troubled history of human-shark relations. Driving force for the bull shark. Sometimes even sharks just need to dirty homes. Even after the creation of a killer clown task force, clown-related homicide still remains a problem in Port Clovis. The shark uses leads from high-fat fare like this to help fuel her reign of terror. Sea turtle numbers have exploded. Bad news for seagrass, great news for orcas who enjoy torturing and eating them. Shockingly, this was only Alex's second worst birthday. One sniff of that fresh ocean breeze, and even a shark is transported to that bikini mandatory mindset. Hunters waste little time hitting the water when a shark becomes a threat to human life.
I said today, you better build that boardwalk high, because you just asked him for a shark attack how you got it now. Do they listen to me? No, not at all.
Random mutations aren't random. They require large amounts of mutagens as a catalyst. The air out here is a distinctive smell, that of sea salt, nitrogen oxides, and an intriguing bouquet of volatile organic compounds. Once more, the shark turns back to this place of centered calm. These scavengers of the sea are vital in cleaning the ocean floors of edible and semi-edible detritus. The solitary hunter stumbles upon another source of nourishment. The rapacious rover is always swimming, searching for anything to satisfy the gluttony that is their defining trait. Quite a strange conglomeration of stuff will end up in the stomachs of sharks. Bull sharks have a habit of gobbling up anything that finds its way into the water. This shark understands that she needs to eat essential minerals to stay healthy and grow. The bull shark demonstrates the importance of getting enough minerals in her diet. Protein caches like this one are a convenient and tasty way for sharks to increase their protein intake. The appetite of this shark is nearly insatiable. A quiet space is the ideal stage for the shark to meditate and harness her pure potentiality. Yes, it's quite beautiful here. Unfortunately, bull sharks can't see color. Instantized protein makes a great between-meal supplement. giving the shark the energy she needs to put on serious madness. If you're like me, you're probably wondering what their secret is for such durable papier-mâché. The Gulf Coast is home to quite a rogues gallery of marine wildlife. In 18th century America, turtle frolics were popular gatherings where guests ate turtles too and perpetuated the institution of slavery. Recently, Port Clovis has gained a reputation for its derivative, politically confused street art. Must now be killed and publicly displayed to satisfy the city's thirst for revenge.
Maybe I don't know how to properly stock and manage a fish pond, but it's a learning process.
Traveling around, we are constantly reminded of how man's intrusion has disrupted the fragile equilibrium of the marine world. It's a white and black attack. The Orca. Orcas do enjoy playing with toys, but not half as much as a day-old seal carcass. Coastal risk analysis reveals that someday, someone here is going to get a sizable check from the National Flood Insurance Program. great way to discourage museum attendance is to put your museum underwater. A bull shark is an animal of broad dietary proclivities. An insatiable fish, the bull shark is 9/10 appetite. A shark is never one to pass up a fat fiesta. Which, here in the Gulf, mostly consists of hammerhead sharks. If you've ever seen John Singleton Copley's famous painting, Watson and the Shark, then you'll know that Copley is 24... The underwater world is a fantasia, bustling with color and activity. The predatory scavenger is often quite content to dine on whatever wastes fall to the ocean floor. Fish skills because of these oil tankers spinning. But it brings a lot of money into the economy. Can't argue with that. No one can tell what may be found in a shark's stomach. It's truly the ocean's garbage. Coastal erosion currently impacts over 70% of the globe's sandy beach environments. It's best to respond to incidents such as these with a philosophical bent, to coexist with our finny friends in relative. If a T-Rex is your favorite dinosaur, then you're boring and unoriginal and you need to pick a different favorite dinosaur. Poor Chloe's really been sprouting up these past few years. Put some of my own money in this. Gonna be a laser tag fun park. Each year, North American offshore drilling rigs leak about not really a gourmand. The bull shark can exist without anything.
somewhere around here. I'm funding a diving expedition every year for 10 years, and I ain't found it yet.
Supplement has 0 additives, so the shark doesn't have to worry about hidden artificial colors or flavors. From the moment she's born, the shark's cold, expressionless eyes are constantly on the watch for food. Sharks are eating human populations so that the dangerous species doesn't become too populous. The sea wolf remains acutely aware of anything that might constitute food. The powers of society have retaliated with deterrent action, but mankind is ultimately impotent to stop Mother Nature's Giant monsters, or kaiju, occasionally visit Port Clovis to pregame, before destroying more important ones. The ocean is a source of life, inspiration, and eternal renewal. But mostly it exists to be exploited and commodified by humans. The cetacean assassin, the sperm whale. Days. Once you accept that our modern industrial civilization is just one among many that have risen and fallen, then you can finally surrender peacefully to our inevitable collapse. Pete has built an impressive battleship. But will it be enough to endure the prehistoric might of a mega shark? The fish takes quick, evasive action.
Hello there, girlie. As you can see, I came prepared today. I'ma fix you up real pretty. I will chum y'all up. We need power. I'm tired of looking at y'all ugly face. Y'all gonna look so pretty mounted on my wall. Need reinforcements! Don't drag ass now! We back on! Just die already! I'm turning this dorsal spine into a walking stick. Y'all gonna look so pretty mounted on my wall. Next, into a real knocked out dragon.
A source close to the Army Corps of Engineers informs me that the group has been involved in a purposely directed Gulf depopulation program for years. Judging by the bull's behavior, she smells a new creature. If it threatens her apex status, a heated confrontation is inevitable. The predator must act quickly, lest she lose the scent of her prey. Perhaps she's caught scent of Jormungandr, the encircling sea serpent of Norse legend. Anyone who has delved into the stomach contents of a shark is acutely aware that they'll eat just about anything. What admirable hustle! The creature has disappeared, probably whisked away by a government boat, lest we capture the beast on video. Questers, whatever it is the shark caught scent of, the secretive Black Ops unit conspicuously called NWO has captured it. What might be their nefarious plans? Over the course of a bull shark's life, it will ingest quite a broad assortment of lots of jets. Unfortunately, I suspect there's more where that came from. All these recent oil spills are merely contrived events designed to cripple the Gulf's fishing industry. Ice fishing is similar to regular fishing, but enjoyable only to upper Midwesterners. This is the Plover Island Complex, commonly referred to as Site P. Whatever bizarre and dark depravity lurks within its bowels, we're about to find out. While intellectually, I understand that adrenochrome is a byproduct of synthetic epinephrine with no practical applications. Emotionally, I understand that it's siphoned directly from children's pineal glands as the immortality drug of the Luciferian elite. Appear the great galleons of the global conspiratorial elite. The big fish seek shelter as the NWO shock troops assemble. This satellite is but one of millions in the villainous cabal's interstellar quantum communications hub.
That is definitely a door. I did not like that. Wait a minute, I'm a live one. We got a live door.
Whoa! Someone called a power cut and reported. Anticipating a reprisal, the Predator flees. The NWO is still in hot pursuit. Must be cunning, because unlike her pursuers, she doesn't have a 5,000 horsepower engine. This footage could only be captured with the best professional-grade Swedish drone cameras. Successfully evaded the New World shock troops, at least for the time being. Government-suppressed free energy source, the electric Great White. Electrogenesis may be utilized by fish for electrolocation, electrocommunication, or just to pry their fellow sea creatures to and cartilage contains mucopolysaccharides, sugar molecules that naturally revitalize ailing joints. Only sharkage and running out of hope. The shark decides to nourish herself on the local farm. For this purpose, can't be won on an empty stomach. This channel 6 months ago, only to be met with personal attacks by uninformed citizens like Bong Lord 69, who commented, "What a dumb A-word, F-word piece of S-word." Continued for several paragraphs. Horrified at what she's already witnessed, the Predator lashes out against the Illuminist group's deceitful agenda. Mutagen 23 is certainly heating up the evolutionary process.
It's a bull shark, right?
I must warn you that as we venture further into the heart of darkness, you may be shocked by the atrocities unfolding. The expansion of Lucifer's one-world kingdom will have to wait another day. Okay, just had to block 50 users from commenting. This is just the sort of response I prepared for after dedicating myself to informing the masses about the real truth behind global events. Why is all table salt iodine? I don't know, but perhaps the Shadow Orca has something.
Base is calling. Don't call everyone.
The enemy is thwarted by the force of righteous truth and must return again to plotting and scheming. Heart health begins with killer whale blubber. With big fat heart blunts, you can rest assured knowing there's never any harmful fillers or additives. Just 100% more science. It's premium party. Some sharks are scavengers, indiscriminately consuming anything that's vaguely edible. The bull shark is able to attain larger maximal sizes through selective feeding. These are Chinese-made rigs. If there's any catastrophic methane explosions in the near future, you can't tell me that's merely an accident. Became commonplace here after the previous mayor's practice of hiring Fijian shark charmers proved largely
Catastrophic level shark mayhem has been
He was really into scuba back when he was a teenager. The museum's the first place I took him. That's certified.
Time is running out for our shark. Hunters are on the water, bringing their explosives and impulse control with them. The toast of the coast, Lieutenant Shannon Sims. The bull shark obstinately digs in as the conflict escalates. Unaware, the noose around its neck tightens thanks to a bright team of sharks. There you see it. The Ishtar Gate and Processional Way are being constructed to welcome all variety of otherworldly entities to seduce the sea. Sophisticated wildlife management has never been a priority in Port Clovis. And so, amateur hour begins. The multi-million-dollar menace, Mama Maybell. The shark's reckless behavior only further incenses Port Clovis's citizens. Conventional apprehension methods having failed, authorities send out a remarkable collection of untrained, unlicensed individuals to hatred of wildlife in their hearts. None more so than the shark. The able-bodied seaman, Commander Percy Metcalf. Despite increased aerial surveillance, confidence among tourists and locals alike is far from Port Clovis retaliates against the shark by sending some of its most disreputable citizens. Another danger on the water for shark hunters? Determined processors. Their boats laden with adventurers and affidavits.
Shark has caviar. You would
The beast of the fleet, Captain Robert Bruntlet.
That's her!
Beneath Sidney is an underground city, 5 cubic miles in size, carved out using an alien technology laser drilling machine. The shark struggles to disentangle the illuminist's web, fabrications, and untruths. The insectoids are rabid that the shark will soon reveal the truth of their agenda. Many people believe that 300,000 years ago, the insectoids created humans to mine the Earth's gold. But this is absurd. They're clearly supercharged with gene-altering mutagens. the shark now has an asymmetric edge on the competition.
There's nothing wrong with my vision.
In the kill or be killed world of the sea, performance-enhancing mutagens provide benefits that could mean the difference between life and death. The shark has taken a keen interest in an electrical transformer. That transformer must have been powering NASA's insidious Project Bluebeam. But how
done
did
here
the
for
shark
now.
know? Their jacket. The explosion has drawn unwanted attention. The patriotic Piscus must be swift to avoid capture. She should hurry, as trespassing on military property could result in a 6-month prison sentence. NWO doggedly pursues the fleeing predator. The shark has wisely routed out another sneaker. I haven't seen a fish this wily since Babe Winkleman tried to catch that pike in northwestern Ontario. If there's no such thing as targeted weather warfare, then why am I occasionally inconvenienced by rain, snow, and excessive cold or heat? The bull's olfactory center registers the sweet smell of freedom. Don't be fooled by this elaborate diorama. The real horrors are buried deep underground. Goaded by lusty appetites, the shark's sole aim is to eat and evolve. This mineral supplement wouldn't be necessary if this shark ate a more nutritious, well-balanced diet. Don't want to alarm you, but I have reason to believe I'm being spied on by the Pakistani government. Just an update. I performed my own technical surveillance countermeasures and didn't find any bugs, hidden cameras, or GPS trackers. Yet every year, we're sprayed with billions of pounds of toxic aerosols. That's why you've got to protect your cellular matrix with sulfur shield organic sulfur crystals. Only from survival.
It's on the move!
The bull is an impressive specimen in the water. Out of the water, it's built to collapse like wet tissue.
Nothing. I'm not seeing it. Are we sure we're at the right location?
Another insectoid in human's clothing. Project Sunshine side effect. The bone sperm whale. found dead. I've been murdered for revealing the truth. I do not, nor have I ever, engaged in autoerotic asphyxiation. This is it, friends. If this show fails to awaken humanity, we're irrevocably lost, and the insectoids will carve us up for dark. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to stock up on industrial bleach before it's all confiscated by the big pharma criminal cartels. This begs the question, why do the extraterrestrial elite work so tirelessly to defend the water? Does water have some mystical significance in their unholy ceremonial rites? Hardcore intergenerational Satanist TJ Toffee. Everything from Pearl Harbor to the sinking of the Lusitania was a false flag. But this is not a false flag. I repeat, this is not a false flag. Sortie is clearly in violation of the Constitution. Insectoids have been dissidents, or as I call them, hard-working, red-blooded American fish. 13th degree York Wright Mason. Ron Honeywell. The Underworld Order hates the shark because she dares to attack the very pillars that prop up their tentacles lives. Android High Priestess, Jocelyn Saint-Denis. Sailor by sailor, the shark rends asunder the Illuminati's monstrous web. The insectoid high priests of war won't be satisfied until the Gulf turns red with the blood of the slain. Must be eradicated, lest she unmask the New World Order's evil agenda. Fourth dimensional insectoid shapeshifter, Vic Mandrake. Let that be a lesson to all foolish enough to enter into satanic minds. The shark refuses to subjugate herself to the insectoid will, and thus is targeted as a mother of harlots and abominations, Barbara Terra Nova. Fort Clovis is a hotbed of global elite debauchery, and the alien aggressors will defend it to the death. The enemy's plan, the bioweapon, has reached America's shores, perhaps having already unleashed a rapid viral agent upon the citizen. Now, the NWO will hold the country ransom, offering the vaccine in exchange for compliance. NASA's fraudulent Apollo 11 moon landing was necessary. Otherwise, the world would have seen the domes and spires of the insectoid's lunar base. Right. This shark is really proving herself an athlete to watch. Swimming is one of the best forms of cardiovascular exercise available. Sharks' propensity to clear the ocean of its assorted detritus is one of their most valuable functions. To quote the title of my favorite early 2000s teen thriller, that turned me into a swim fan. The shark is going to need a late surge to come out on top. She's something else. Time we destroy all Castle Bravo survivor, the irradiated bone sperm whale. Okay, trust the shark's plan. The Insectoid Brotherhood knows that the war is won as a national weapon. That's why they do it. A source close to the Army Corps of Engineers informs me that the group has been involved in a purposely directed Gulf depopulation program for years. Regarding these spills, I'm proposing complicity on the part of Mayor Wade Hibbert. You see, Hibbert owns 50 shares in Schlumberger, who's owned by Exico, who are partners with Saxwell Gold and Varcon, the manufacturer of oil dispersant emulsifacts. Therefore, Hibbert made money on the deal. That was the guy who gave me the false intel about the Bolivian bioweapon attack on Orlando. This could be the bioweapon's doing, sure. But first, perhaps I should consult my friend, a world-renowned expert on the subject of ancient giants. Clovis responds with swift, retributive action.
The university sends their students out here every summer to study the reefs. Shit. Guess we all got different ideas about summer fun.
Hunger is a driving force for the bull shark. Sometimes even sharks just need to dirty mouth.
I better believe those sewer lines need work. I've had campylobacteriosis, cryptosporidiosis, leptospirosis. Let me tell you, partner, that ain't no joke.
The shark uses lipids from high-fat fare like this to help fuel her reign of terror. This recreation of the Titanic was so accurate, 1,500 people died during its maiden voyage. Sea sponges' demand for pineapple homes has sparked massive deforestation throughout Costa Rica. But being brainless, sponges rarely weigh the consequences of their buying decisions. A bioweapon appears determined to disperse its infectious bodily fluids anywhere and everywhere. The hunt ends. But this is a mere pause in the eternal struggle between man and nature. This shark is a sort of super scavenger, completely lacking in what may be called dietary discrimination. Random mutations aren't random. They require large amounts of mutagens as a catalyst. Scavengers of the sea are vital in cleaning the ocean floors of edible and semi-edible detritus. This may look like a friendly local, what are these? My guess is powerful influencing machines. Designed to make us hate America, uranium-235 test subject, the irradiated shadow hornet. The shark must do all it can to defend the ocean domain from insectoid interlopers. To the race. The rapacious rover is always swimming, searching for anything to satisfy the gluttony that is their defining trait. Looks like she's hit a wall. Swim technique can increase drag and decrease efficiency. Quite a strange conglomeration of stuff will end up in the stomachs of sharks. Such beautiful, controlled movements. The world is bracing for hyperinflation. You can't afford to risk your family's financial future on the volatile cowrie shell market. That's why smart investors are betting big on cattle. For over 10,000 years, cattle have been the enduring currency the world relies on, and you can rely on cash cow. Shells will leave you all wet. Invest in capital and get moving in the right direction. This is about saving lives, but it's also about safeguarding tourism revenue.
Someone back! Let's shoot a shark.
Dad used to take me here for sailing lessons. He'd sit up on his trawler waving his hunting rifle, yelling at me to sail faster.
Operation Garden Plot is just the beginning. The Rex 84 program is underway. The insectoids are rounding us up for their re-education. And so we begin. By reducing drag, the shark can make a minimum energy investment for a maximum speed return. The shark's looking real confident. This is why it's so important when swim training to practice your positioning. That's another clip for this shark's highlight reel. Shark season ends, hunters return to their normal routine of bouncing checks at Liberty.
Shark situation. Let's move.
You see a lighthouse. I see a monument to the engorged phallus of Osiris the Sun God. Clovis's communal guard and shark attacks came after experimentation with animal sacrifices to appease the shark god, Dakiwaka. Clearly, the NWO sunk this ship for trying to deliver food, water, and medicine to imperiled patriots.
Hey, shark, get your ass out here. It's catching me. I know it.
Said, okay.
Love books, but don't love to read? Autolist.com has over 150,000 titles you can start listening to today. Like Fred Dobbs' Straight to the Point, the moral case for anal intent. Bull sharks have a habit of gobbling up anything that finds its way into the water. Atomic Energy Commission project, the Irradiated Electric Great White. superpowers such as electricity manipulation. The NWO death squads have made clear their intention to overthrow private property. Extrajudicial killings of all owners of homes with a second bathroom are right around the corner. Mark my words. What happens inside these gated communities? 2 words: sex cults. Cross another one off the interview list. The shark blasts out with an unbelievable start. Perhaps she started out of the gate too hard. This is getting tense. Wow, such speed and control. What a feat of fastness. The shark explodes off the blocks. This is a race against time, and she's already losing. She needs to make sure that her nose is always pointed toward her destination. This is actually going quite well. That shark just earned her PhD in race science. Wait, hold on a minute. This shark understands that she needs to eat essential minerals to stay healthy and grow. The human and shark must go walking together.
Come at me.
I'm sure if she's eating my followers, she probably has a reason. Why does our grid rely on these pollutant technologies? Because the government has suppressed the work of Nikola Tesla, whose research could have provided us with free energy forever. Having evaded justice for her heinous crimes, the shark is now the subject of a bounty. More of these machines dispersing mental poison from hell, creating a lumpen mass of propaganda-drugged Americans who'd rather watch Aubrey Dominique take the Cocoa Bob Challenge than read the Constitution. An embedded chip. The insectoids are using a brain-to-brain interface to wirelessly operate these ships.
Hell, I don't know. Maybe she's scared of us.
Denmark Lake should be embarrassing, right? But in Port Clovis, they put up a monument. Gotta be the best of something.
The shark burst right out of the gate. A slight bodily adjustment might decrease her drag. Folks, the powers that be are frightened of this program. So frightened that they will enact the internet kill switch. Still, we must keep broadcasting as long as we can. The shark could benefit by increasing her stroke length. Just like a quote of the day calendar, that was insane. Clovis locals seldom miss an opportunity to indulge in mindless, gratuitous slaughter.
That used to scare, yeah. But they don't give you no scholarships for winning no big air rail jam.
The NWO's hatred of free markets and affordable consumer goods has truly reached its apotheosis. Inside source is uploading me with information. Oh! Photo of two homeless men in an alley in there. Oh. My enemies are everywhere. They're even wearing my own branded apparel. And she's home. gracefully she glides through the water. The shark works her tail like a propeller. You know, my high school swim coach used to say it's easier to pass through water than over it. The big fish is falling to the top.
In front of us.
Well, that sated my need for speed. Hunters ensure they'll stay in their lane, so we don't have a Planet of the Apes situation on our hands. And we are underway. This is not an optimal race pace. This is such a treat for all you die-hard swim fanatics. All these recent oils, with the clock ticking, there's little time to make up for errors. Adrenaline. Ferris wheels are incredible. The shark exhibits incredible maneuverability. The big fish masterfully demonstrates how to splash. For the same reason we all do, to feel complete.
Shop here right now. Nowhere else in town got that mango butter facial scrub I like.
Look, I wouldn't have eaten that, but I'm also currently doing a liver detox. Ferris wheels are a poor substitute for a truly representative government that honors the rights of its citizens. One intriguing theory about the irradiated rainbow is that the powers from a radioactive lamp. You see a lighthouse. I see a monument to the engorged phallus of Osiris the Sun. be witnessing the rise of the next superstar athlete. See there? That's some real good technique. The bull shark demonstrates the importance of getting enough minerals in her diet. Notice how she positions her fins at different angles, altering the flow of the water around her. Protein caches like this one are a convenient and tasty way for sharks to increase their protein intake. That anal fin is really important as a vertical stabilizer. Sure, but can she repeat that performance in the 2024 Paris Games? This is decidedly not ancient Fiji. There's way more liquor.
She do that.
Shark situation. Let's move. Let's get this over with.
Love books, but don't love to read? Autolist.com has over 150,000 titles you can start listening to today. Like Robert Bensky's Debunking the Pearl Harbor Debunker, an answer to Stephen Schatzman, Walter Eisenbud, and other idiots who criticized my first book. Been posted. The shark will have to be cautious until the hunters grow bored.
Few out to Dead Horse Lake.
That man was an insectoid hologram. I saw the image flickering as he was rented limb by limb. The appetite of this shark is nearly insatiable. Humans' attention spans are short. We've already forgotten about the shark and many crimes. There's no question that waffle-centric restaurants are a thinly veiled plot to topple the very foundations of our democracy.